Okay, so in this reading, I looked into the relationship between Blackpink and how they're feeling about going on tour. Honestly, I don't know if they're necessarily the most excited to go on tour. It seemed like there was just a little bit of a resistance and hesitation. Of course, everything I say is alleged and for entertainment purposes only, and with peace and love. And let's go! Okay, Blackpink. That's like bad luck, your luck changing. Sometimes we can also just talk about time. The High Priestess is being in touch with your higher self. The Nine of Cups can be like emotional fulfillment and satisfaction. The Two of Swords in the reverse position can be like not having the proper insights about like making a choice. This can be like apprehension and being on guard. And this is contemplation. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I feel like some of the members are actually really excited to see one another, to go on tour and to work together again. Some members like energetically, and I kind of feel like I know who's who, but like I'll say who I think it is. The more cards and the more energy we get. At present though, there seems to be two members that are really excited and two members that like it's like apprehension maybe, or like almost like uncertainty. It's not like sadness necessarily, but sort of like, oh, I don't really know if I want to do this. I don't know if this is necessarily good for where I want my career to go. I think there is one member in particular that like doesn't like have like the energy, or almost kind of seems like tired. Like they're like, I don't want to do this. Because I think going on tour is like a lot of effort. Like you're in a new city constantly, like you have to perform. Like I think it's just a lot of like it's really hard on the body. To be honest, that kind of feels like it's Jenny, who's sort of just like, I'm tired. Like you also have to imagine all of them have been promoting. I don't know if Rosé is necessarily promoting her album as much, but the other three are like, their albums came out so close together. So I get the impression that they've been trying to juggle their own projects with like the upcoming preparations for Blackpink and doing stuff together. And that's getting over a heartbreak. King of Wands. They have known about this comeback for a while. I mean, like, if you pay attention to Blackpink, I think they've mentioned it for a while as well. The thing is though, I think this is like just kind of typical of Blackpink. I don't know, where it's sort of like, they kind of do stuff last minute. Not the girls, maybe the girls, but it more seems like YG. Like things are recorded last minute, or like stuff is made last minute. So it's like stuff will be planned and then they just like won't really know what's going on until it comes closer to the time. So I feel like all of them have kind of made peace with the fact that they're going to be merging together. It's weird though, because like make peace, because like energetically it's feeling like there's almost like resistance to like come together. So, but like that's, I think three of them have resistance. One of them is like has no resistance whatsoever. Two of them are like kind of excited to be together. Okay, like how do I break this down? Like it seems like Rosé kind of just wants to work alone. Jenny's like, I feel like Jenny wants to work on her solo career, but she's very like, yeah, like this is happening, like sure, whatever. I think Jisoo's happy to see the girls. I think Jisoo feels the most favorably towards all of the members than any of the other members. I think Jisoo feels most favorably towards Blackpink and like being around the girls. At the same time, she's very just kind of like, like I have other projects, but like sure, like let's do this. Lisa's very tough to read right now. It's like, I like Lisa. I'm not an anti at all. It seems like there is almost like tension. But Lisa has not expressed this tension. It's like very low key. It's almost like I have to do this, but like I think Lisa also believes that Blackpink is good for her like business, you know? So it's like this is a good business move, like sure. GC seems most happy to see the girls, I think followed by Jenny and then Rosé and then Lisa. Page of Wands. Someone at YG, this seems like a creative director. I feel like Blackpink, I guess maybe that could be Teddy actually, because this would be a person, masculine energy, and this would be someone that they've had a long-standing relationship with. It could be someone that we don't really know a lot about as well, but they are a creative person that's like in charge of Blackpink, and they have been for most of Blackpink's releases, and they're very satisfied. They're like, I don't know if Teddy's working on this album or not, but it would be like, it could be someone, I don't know, who like designs like their outfits or like set design or something like that, but whatever it is, they are like happy. They're happy to be back working with the girls. To me, it's almost like, oh, like this is a relief. Like this is what I know how to do. Like I'm good at this. I kind of get the feeling that it might be Teddy. Almost like, okay, like I'm good at this, because Teddy's been working on Meow, and Meow hasn't necessarily been like an out of the gate success. And so I think sometimes it's just nice to be back doing something that you know you're good at. The Page of Wands though, in the reverse position, that would be like misguided directions, creative. Why did we get that card? Queen of Pentacles, that's a lack of nurturing. Oh, a member doesn't like... I think I know who this is too. There's a member that doesn't like them. Actually, maybe not. There's a member that doesn't like the sound that Blackpink is coming out with. I kind of feel like Blackpink is going to have a typical release. To be honest, this kind of feels like Jisoo, where she's like, oh, okay, like, this is the same thing again. It also might be Rose, where I think the other two, like Lisa and Jennie, don't really care. Like, they almost kind of like those two are more so invested in their own stuff, and they care less about, like, if Blackpink does the same thing or a different thing. I think those two also relate to Blackpink differently than maybe Jisoo and Rose do. This feels, I mean, the first thing I thought of was Rose, and then I was like, maybe it might be Jisoo. I'm not sure, but there's one member who is just sort of like, oh, okay, we're doing this again, like, or in some way is not satisfied with the creative direction that Blackpink is taking for this comeback. The Five of Pentacles can sometimes be like needing help, asking for help, or like searching for it in some way, or some sort of a reprieve. But this can be also like defending yourself, or like standing up for yourself in some way. The world is a lack of completion. Yeah, I feel like Blackpink is going to have a pretty similar comeback. I think it'll be good music. It won't be necessarily revolutionary, but I think this comeback, what I keep hearing is like playing it safe. We're playing it safe. And I think it's because the girls, individually, their projects have been all very different, all very new. Like, it's new to the fans to have the girls separate and, like, you know, releasing things and talking about certain, like, subject matter. And so it's sort of like, they want the core of Blackpink to stay the same. It's sort of like McDonald's. And every McDonald's you go to is the same. And you're like, okay, like, I know what this is. Is it revolutionary? No. Is it good? Yes. The world is like a lack of completion, though. Sometimes, but the Hanged Man in the reverse position is a need for new perspective. Oh, I see. Okay, this can be like defensiveness. I feel like if you remember like Pink Venom, right? Their last release that they did together, there was a lot of criticism that it was like, what is this? Like, this is the same thing. I think there's gonna be that criticism that you heard around like the Pink Venom release, it's gonna be like louder almost. Like, there's gonna be more people who are like critical of Blackpink, and I also feel like this release will be big, but it won't be as big. Almost like fans have moved on to other groups and have found like different like interests, just because of how kind of inconsistent Blackpink has been about coming back. Also, I would say the fandom has gotten older, just, you know, through time. And also, I feel like it's changed because of seeing different sides to the girls and seeing them separated. And you're like, oh, okay, like, I think it just has changed maybe how Blackpink shows up in the world. But the Hanged Man and the world next to it kind of makes me believe that, like, it would really benefit Blackpink if they tried something new, and I don't think they are. The Page of Pentacles, this will be a financial success. I mean, as it ever is, you know, like, they usually knock it out of the park with that regard. Because, I mean, like, Blackpink is very beloved. People are excited to, like, see what they're up to. The Five of Cups is focusing on, like, the negatives, what went wrong. Emotionally, the Page of Swords. Oh, I could see the girls having credits of some sort in this release, like writing credits or producing credits, or in some way they're credited. I could see that happening. Because the Page of Swords specifically makes me think, like, there were lyrics added to this comeback from one of the members. The King of Cups, an emotional man. But why did we get the Five of Cups? Emotionally. Oh, I feel like YG, the company, but maybe the guy, I'm not sure. But this is like a bittersweet comeback. I could see this being the last comeback Blackpink has. Ooh, I don't want to say it like that. No, not me. My blink is showing. I could see this being one of the last comebacks. I feel emotional. Maybe I'm right about this. I could see this being one of the last comebacks Blackpink has together. Because, like, I say that because I'm reading right now, I'm channeling, but these two, like, cups is emotions. This is in the reverse position, and these are your cups falling over, which to me makes me believe that there's something emotional about this comeback, which could be like, oh, like, this is one of the last times we'll be together as a group because we're all moving on into our own things. It also could be, what's the word? Something else, like, that maybe I'll pick up on later, but there's something emotional about it. But this emotion seems like it's more coming from the company than the girls. The girls are kind of like, I don't know, just sort of like, like, let's do this. It's either like, it's sort of like, it spans from like, I'm like happy to be like back, like working with like my friends, to like, I don't, this again, like, it's kind of funny. The Knight of Pentacles, yeah, it'll be a success financially. The Devil in the reverse position. I also could see this comeback being like, in a way, comforting. Like, it's not new, it's not avant-garde, but it's very like, oh, okay, great, like, the world is changing, but the girls are doing what they're doing. The Devil is releasing of something toxic. The Magician is manifesting what you want. That's good. What's that mean? The fruits of your labor not paying off. Going back into the past. The Fool. Like, stepping into like a poor journey. But why do we get those cards? Releasing of something toxic. Manifesting. I mean, like, overall, like, it seems like this comeback will be the same as it ever is. They might be referencing things from the past, either like old music they released or just like things that have happened to them, like the lore of Blackpink. They might be referencing something like that, and somebody going back into the past. The Fool, though, there's something about this comeback. This seems like pretty mild, but there's something that's like they really should change it up or do something different. It would benefit them. They're not, I don't think. And it's like, that's like a bad decision, but it's not bad in the sense that it's going to be a flop comeback. It's more just going to be like more of the same, and people are a little bit bored. I think that's what I'm picking up on, is like people are a little bit bored. Okay, I want info on what girls are, wait. Okay, I want more info on what the girls are up to. Okay, the girlies, the moon, that could be a secret, or just like something in your unconscious that's brewing. The Knight of Wands is like lack of creative, oh, that seems like passion, creative passion. Ten of Swords in the reverse position, that's like getting over something. Sometimes though, sometimes it can be like making it worse. That's, oh, weird. What's going on? Can I say something bold and brave? I feel like the girls have like beef. Okay, like, let me back up more. I need to get my thoughts together with this. I feel like they're, like with anything, like imagine any friend you've ever had, or like just person you've had in your life for a long time, and it's sort of like there's history there. So like to me, I see that there's history between the girls. Things like if you got into a fight with like your friend or something like that, and it's you guys have moved past it and you haven't seen each other in a while, and then you see each other again, you're like, oh, I remember that. I could see stuff like that. This seems like stuff that is unexpressed in some way. It would be like if you, I don't know, you said something kind of like rude about your friend's outfit, and like they never forgot it, and then it's like they wore that outfit again, and you like remembered what they said, and you're like, you know, something like that. I don't know, because I don't think, like, I see them, to be honest, Blackpink kind of seem more like coworkers, very friendly coworkers. I don't think they're really friends though. Because this is collaboration, they work well together. I think Blackpink do work well together. I think they're very friendly. I think they're very like, it's just like there's a synergy there, but I don't see them being particularly close friends. I think there's a lot that's like unsaid between them. And also sort of like this can sometimes talk about like passive aggressiveness, like you need to confront something and you're not confronting it, especially coupled with the moon, which is like keeping something hidden or under wraps in some way. The Knight of Wands to me indicates that like, I think they're all kind of a little bit bored creatively of working together in Blackpink. Ooh. A little bit. This is good news though, because this can be like emotional fulfillment. So it seems like there is sort of like a satisfaction being together, because you have to imagine like Blackpink is very successful. Their solo endeavors have been successful, but also like not really. Like Rose obviously had like the song of the year with ATP, but at the same time it's like her album necessarily didn't do the best. And the same with all of the other members. Like their albums were good, but they weren't like, oh my god, like this is all over the world, this is like a global sensation type of thing. I think being back in something like Blackpink, which is a global sensation, where they have tons of fans, where they could go and do arena tours, there's something satisfying about that. So it's not like they have beef, but it's sort of like there's just a lot that's like unsaid between them. And I mean, like, painfully, I don't think they're friends. They're friendly, though. Eight of Swords in the reverse position, that's the releasing of like negative thoughts. The star card, oh, okay, great. And the Hanged Man. I see this being like, I think that they have satisfaction being in Blackpink, because in Blackpink they're huge stars. When they're solo, I think they're building their solo careers, and because you just associate the members like, oh yeah, you're a member of Blackpink, rather than you're, you know, like Jennie Kim or Lisa or like Jisoo or Rose. So they're building their solo careers. In Blackpink they are big stars. There's a relief in that. The Hanged Man though, why did we get that card? The Judgment and Awakening. The Ace of Swords. It's weird, like, there's something, like, their connection's bizarre, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like there's, like, passive aggressiveness. That's what I keep hearing. Oh, I just heard, like, why didn't you call me? Oh, ew. I think there's almost kind of, like, quietly hurt feelings of, like, oh, like, why didn't you congratulate me on, like, my album dropping, or, like, an award I got, or, like, why haven't you called, or why haven't you talked to me? Like, there's almost, like, a sadness there, but it's, like, they're, you know, adult women, so it's sort of, like, you can't be super petty about that, especially if you're coworkers. That's kind of sad, though. Like, it's almost like, oh, I thought we had a different relationship than what you've been giving me so far. That's very human, honestly. I feel like everyone's had something like that, where it's like, why aren't you happy for me? The Judgment is like kind of like a wake-up call, though. I don't know if they're going to confront it. There's something they have to say to one another. This seems like all four of them as well. Like there's something, almost like they're not coming to terms with maybe how Blackpink has changed and how they have changed. But they're like, you're aware of it, you know? But it's sort of like, they started when they were 18 and now they're like almost like 30. Like a lot has changed, and I don't think they have addressed that with themselves. There's something weird going on, because we got the moon too, and this is like something sly happening. To be honest, I keep being directed to Lisa for some reason. Like there's something Lisa's doing. But it might be that guy, Frederic. Oh my god. I'm so suspicious of him, I don't know. Anyway, the Three of Wands, that's strategizing. Ooh, I don't like this series of cards, and the Strength is a loss of strength, because the Seven of Swords can sometimes be like nefarious things, and this guy is looking at this guy, and this guy is like trying to plan and strategize. To me, it seems like there's one member that is trying to strategize to get like ahead. I think there is competition I think that might be what it is too. It's like an unspoken competition between the members, where it's sort of like, I want to be the best. I want to be the star. I want to be the Beyonce, and you guys can be the Michelle and the other member. I'm so sorry. Anyway, I want to be like the star. So it's sort of like trying to like strategize about like, okay, like if we're a foursome, and when you're BLACKPINK, I would say before they all branched off into their own thing, when they were a foursome, it was sort of like everybody was equally liked to you know, for the most part. It wasn't like, you know, like a Wonyoung and friends. This is very much like Jennie and Lisa and Rose and GC were all pretty equally liked, and they worked very well together as a group, so it wasn't super unbalanced. I think one member is trying to almost kind of be like, how can I be like the breakout star in this? To be honest, it does seem like Lisa. I could like, her face is like plastered in my mind right now. That doesn't necessarily mean it is, but for some reason, like Spirit is trying to signal me there is something about Lisa. The strength though is like a loss of strength. Oh, but sometimes this can be like doing something underhandedly. It doesn't seem like something direct, like you're messing with like a contract, but more so you're trying to like, if you were preparing to go on stage with the rest of BLACKPINK during their upcoming tour or something, it's like, how can I be the star? How can I be the one that everyone is looking at? I don't know. I mean, like, it's smart business-wise, but it's not necessarily the most, like, you know, it's not the nicest thing to do. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, BLACKPINK is, like, business is business. Like, you know, your coworkers, are you coworkers or are you besties? Like, it's, like, one of the other. The Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Death. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like this is weird because I see like the tour being like in the headlines. I see the tour being financially successful, but there's something personally with all of them where there isn't. It's not as financially successful. That could be one of those media plays where like YG is like paying off newspapers to be like, oh, this is such a success and look at the girls, but like behind the scenes, that's not the case. In some way though, this could just be a reward, and this is also like a lack of like creative direction, like creative input, like creativity in some way, and the death is like the need to change that. To me, this signals that there's something behind the scenes having to do with a reward and creativity that's like unsatisfying in some way. It'll have to die off or change, which is good because this is like a rebirth. This is like changing. That's unhappiness, unhappily ever after. The Emperor. I kind of see this being one of the last times we're going to see BLACKPINK together. I don't know if they're going to re-renew their contract. I don't know when their contract comes up. Doesn't it like expire in like a year? I don't really know. I don't know if they're all going to re-sign to YG again as in BLACKPINK or not. Because the Emperor would be like a powerful man. Sometimes it's just power in and of itself, but this seems like it's a person in general that is dissatisfied. This is like unhappiness. What seems like in the group behind the scenes, and this is also like a lack of like completion, reaching a checkpoint. Sometimes it's just merriment. I don't think they're fighting. I think there is nothing overtly like out loud being said, like, I don't like you, like, why didn't you do this? Like, there's none of that. It's very like, oh, like, hi, like, we're back working together, kind of like, but there's stuff that's left unsaid. I could see on their tour, as they're like close, like just in close proximity to one another, they're gonna have to like, there might be a blow up, they're gonna have to address something, or it's just gonna get like worse and worse, and it's gonna be more and more walls being put up. Well, thank you.